Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Lily, and I'm so happy that you are here with me today. In today's video, we are going to do a flip through of 3 beautiful new junk journals that I just created. This is just one of them. All 3 are very similar. And as you may recall, I am part of Ibette's TuCasaDePapel's design team. And this is actually the first junk journals that I have completed using her digital printables. I've worked on other projects and I will have all of those videos linked down below. But this is the first using her beautiful digital printables to create signatures for this junk journal. Not just one, I have 2, and I have one more. I have 3. You can see the covers are all the same. The embellishments on the outside are also all the same, but the contents do vary just slightly. I will have all of those details for you in just a moment as we flip through all of these pages. If I miss anything as I'm going through it, feel free to leave me a comment or a question, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Again, Etsy, Ibette's TuCasaDePapel's Etsy shop will be linked down below, so you can hop on over. I will have a discount code for you, which is exclusive to the digital printables. So if you go over to her shop and you want to get all of those digital printables so that you can create your own journal, don't forget to use my discount code, and that will be linked down below. You guys ready to get started? Oh my gosh, it feels so good in my hand. Oh, nice and soft. Oh, this fabric is gorgeous. All right, you guys, let's get started and let's flip through the pages.
Okay, the very first thing that I did is add this beautiful green satin ribbon to the covers of the journals. I don't know if you noticed that when I was showing you the journals, they were missing this beautiful ribbon. And so I went and hurried it and added to it. But isn't it beautiful? It coordinates so well with this fabric. And there are 2 large eyelets, so it's easy to thread through it. And I decided to wrap this around the entire journal. I just love the way it looks. It looks like a little present, doesn't it? So I'm just kind of giving you a view of, again, of how these look. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am in love. I remember when I was only going to work on 1 journal, and then 1 turned to 2, and then here we are with 3 of these beautiful journals. But I had so much fun creating them, and I had to stop myself because I wanted to keep going. So I'm going to show you what the cover looks like. And I did give you a sneak peek in a previous video, but I want you to take a close look at the journal. It is pliable, it is flexible. The inside, the core, is fun foam, and you could see the colorful fun foam that I have sandwiched between these 2 layers of fabric. And I add the fabric the fabric on each side, and then I stitch all the way around. I do a zigzag stitch, and then with my pinking shears, I add that fun little design all around the edge, and that's it. It is one of my most favorite types of journal covers to make. I love these so much, and I use a sheet of fun foam or craft foam that is 9 by 12 in dimension, and it's just folded in half, you guys, and that gives you a 9 by 6 cover, the perfect size for all of your different pages. The digitals that I printed on 8.5 by 11 copy paper. And I've talked about the copy papers that I've worked with in the past. I will have that information to the type of paper that I use down below. And I do have an Amazon storefront. So if you want to go take a look at the copy paper that I use specifically for my digitals, I have that information there as well. So I am pointing out the inside of this journal. You can see how this one is lined in that beautiful dotted green fabric, and the other one that I showed you had the pink lining on the inside, which is equally gorgeous. And this one just coordinates so well with all of the beautiful things that are in it. So I'm giving you another quick view of the top, the sides, so you could see all of the trims and ribbons and the beads. Oh my gosh, so stinking cute. I just love it from all angles, you guys. It is so beautiful, and I hope you enjoy it. On the inside, I had these doilies that I've had in my stash for a while, and I knew I wanted to use them in these journals. But I wasn't quite sure how I was going to attach it. So guess what? I did some slow stitching, you guys. I know I haven't done that in a while. And I added 4 little points of stitching on the right, on the left, and then 2 sections at the bottom to create a pocket to hold this beautiful card. This is a blank greeting card that I picked up at a antique boutique / consignment shop. And so I'm always on the lookout for beautiful greeting cards. And since the front cover has a beautiful rose floral theme, I thought this greeting card would be perfect just tucked into that pocket. On the very first page of all of my journals, you will see a casita, and I have a video where I show you how I make these little casitas, and that video will be linked down below. So if you missed it, you can always go back and check it out and make your own little casitas. The digitals that I use in this journal, obviously from TuCasaDePapel, but in this particular journal, I used a lot of the Viva La Frida digital printables, along with the vintage ledgers, the Spanish vintage ledger printables. And then also I used, I think, some linens in there, linen printables, and I think I sprinkled some of the Summer in Mexico ephemera. So I will have a list of all the different beautiful digital printables that I used in all of the journals in the description down below. But if you want to know something specific, please leave me a question or a comment down below. I was showing you this beautiful casita. Now I have a full video as to how I make these, and you are going to love it. It is taking a junk mail envelope, repurposing it, and turning it into a beautiful little house. These I have named casitas. Absolutely gorgeous, you guys. This is one of my favorite pockets from one of the digitals, and it comes in one of the linen kits. And it's really cool because you have a digital printable of this linen, and I cut 4 pockets from one printable page and stitched around it and then used it as a little tuck spot. How perfect is that? I just love it. The printables, you guys, are such great quality where it almost feels, it looks as though you can feel the texture of the embroidery in these linens. Absolutely gorgeous. I just love it so much. And you can see how I have some of the linens here, and I've used linen printables from different kits. We have linen kits 1, 2, 3, and 4, and those are scattered and sprinkled throughout all of the journals. And then this one here, I just tucked there on the side. And did you see that beautiful pink ledger paper? That is from the Spanish vintage ledgers, you guys. Absolutely gorgeous. And then there's also little word phrases, and you'll find those little word phrases, I believe it's in the Summer in Mexico ephemera kit, and those are also sprinkled throughout the journals because I just love the little phrases and the little sayings and their little labels, so they fit perfectly clustered or grouped together in your own little, or in the little ephemera groupings that I created in a lot of the different pages. Another thing that you will see sprinkled throughout the journals are some old Spanish Project Life cards that I have had for several years, you guys. And they were from, the Project Life brand. And they were in Spanish. And so I've been hoarding these for a while. And I went looking through my stuff. I remembered I had them, and so I thought I would use them for these journals. I also have a little Spanish playing card. I really love these. These remind me of when I was a little kid because these are the type of playing cards that my dad used to have. This is another ledger paper from the Spanish Vintage Ledgers, and this one right here is my absolute favorite color because you all know how I feel about chartreuse or lime green. Just beautiful. And there's another little label with the little phrase. You guys, look at these cute little banners that I I added to the journal pages. It is an old die, you guys, that I have had from Stampin' Up! From a long time ago. And so you'll see a lot of those little banners throughout the pages. Look at this doily. It's also from one of the linen kits, you guys. It prints on an 8.5 by 11, but I trimmed around it so that it gives the illusion that it's a real life doily, embroidered doily, or a crocheted doily. Oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much. And so I just tucked it in there between the pages and the signature, and I love the way that looks. So you'll notice how there are a lot of these Spanish vintage ledgers throughout. There are some that I only printed on one side, and then you'll see there are others that I actually printed on both sides. And the reason on some of them I only did on one side is so that you have a lot of area for journaling. But you can always journal right over the ledger paper. It is in the background and light enough to where you can journal right over it or add your own ephemera and also your own writing, your own pictures, whatever you want. Remember, the digital printables, as beautiful as they are background pages, and then you can add your own layers on top. The nice thing about these digital printables is not only do you get full-size 8.5 by 11 pages, but you also get tons of cute ephemera, things that you can cut out like this to use as tags or as pockets, the little words, the little phrases, and also that little pocket that I made from one of the doilies. Oh my gosh, one of my other favorite pockets. So you'll see that pocket in here a lot. And that turquoise color, you guys, it is gorgeous. I am loving the turquoise shades. Just beautiful. And you can see how here I'm showing you how this Spanish ledger paper I printed on both sides. Absolutely gorgeous. And see how it's light enough where it can fall into the background. So if you wanted to journal over that, you could, and it won't, cause a big distraction, The vibrancy, the colors. The video does not do these journals justice because in real life, you guys, they are so beautiful and so vibrant. So I hope that shows, you can see that on whatever device you're watching this on. I hope that you could see how vibrant and colorful these are. So another beautiful tag, and I believe this one is from the Summer in Mexico ephemera kit. But again, all of that information will be in the description area below. And did you see how I used another one of the little linens as a tuck spot? Oh, so cute. This page is gorgeous. It is a beautiful coral color, and coral just goes with everything. I made a little ruffle trim from some of the leftover fabric that I used on the front cover, and then I used a gold zigzag stitching down the center and added a cute little cross charm attached by a bulb pin. These are postcards. You get 2 to a page. They are nice and large so that you can do tons of journaling or add photographs. And those are beautiful. I love postcards, you guys. And then again, one of my Project Life cards from my stash. I want to say those are maybe 5 years old. They're pretty old, you guys. I've had them for a while. Look at this beautiful paper, you guys. Now this is scrapbooking paper from my stash, that turquoise one, but look at how well it coordinates with this beautiful linen. And what I did here is I printed out one of the linens and then I cut it and made an envelope. And I cheated a little bit because I didn't have an envelope die and I didn't use like an envelope punch board, I actually took apart an envelope that I already had and then opened it. And I'll show you in just a second. I'm actually going to pull it from the side and I'm going to show you what I did. But I took it apart and used it as a template over the digital printable and then cut it. Here it is. Here is my envelope that I used as a template. And so I carefully took it apart so as not to tear it. And then I placed it over the digital printable and then marked it with a pencil, very light line. And then I cut it and I made an envelope. And I made one of these envelopes in each of the journals. And then it's a little flip out pocket and I tucked a little journaling card in there. Oh my gosh, so cute. I think the linens are my absolute favorite. I know I have a lot of favorites, but I do love the linens, you guys. Absolutely gorgeous. And then there is some stamping on some of the pages, like that beautiful rose there on the lower left-hand corner. And that was a thrift find. So how perfect was that? And then the pages do not, the journals do not have a lot of other pages outside of the digital printables. I did insert a couple of my own scrapbooking papers and then vintage music paper, but that was about it. Everything else are beautiful digitals that I have used in the signatures. Look at this beautiful gal. That's also from the printables. Oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous. And my favorite pocket right there. The pockets, after I cut them down in 4s, I did some gold zigzag stitching and then I glued it down. This right here is one of my favorite Frida pages, you guys. Look at the vibrancy around that, the edges, the beautiful bright florals. I love it. And then it has lines for journaling. And then, of course, a beautiful image of Frida. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it. And then this right here that I'm pointing out on the right-hand side, it's actually this I believe comes from the Spanish Vintage Receipts digital kit. And it's an 8.5 by 11 and it has 3 receipts. And I cut one of them to use as a tuck spot. I did some stitching at the top, at the bottom, and then glued it and turned it into a tuck spot. And you'll see a nice, this is the second of the 2 postcards. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this one because it says Bonita. And my youngest daughter, I've always called her Bonita. That's her little nickname. Hi, my little Bonita. She's 28 years old. Still call her Bonita. Oh, she's my little Bonita. And then this is now the center of the signature. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to add this beautiful heart-shaped doily right down the center because it was going to be right over Frida's face. But I actually like the way it turned out. And that red doily is just so perfect for these journals. Something I've also had in my stash for a long time. I believe it was a gift from my sister a while back. And then I added some beautiful beads to the embroidery floss that I used to bind the signatures. There's a nice little, there's a turquoise heart, and then there's some glass beads. I think there's a little wooden bead, and also that ceramic heart. Just gorgeous. Oh, I want to show you how this looks. This is, you could see the layout of what the page would look like if it was just a single sheet, you know, the 8.5 by 11. So much color, so much vibrancy. Love it so much. And here is another one of those vintage receipts that I just trimmed to use as a tuck spot. Did some gold stitching at the top and the bottom, and then I glued it onto the page. And this is a little like a napkin, an embroidered napkin. And I think this one comes from the Summer in Mexico kit. When I first started out, I was going to use one specific kit for each of the journals, but there were so many options, you guys. I have so many beautiful options that I could not just limit myself to one kit for each journal, because all the kits work so well together. You could see how I've used the ledger papers, and then the Viva La Frida kit, and then there's the linens kit, there's the Summer in Mexico kit. All the kits work so well together, and so I didn't want to just limit myself to one kit. And so that is the reason why you see so many different kits in the junk journals. They just work so well together. Another double-sided one. So you could see some I did and some I didn't. These little pockets right here, I also have a video where I show you how to repurpose a junk mail window envelope by collaging it with these beautiful digitals. And then I like to use them as a tuck spot. And so I just glue them down on two sides. And these are little elements from the Summer in Mexico ephemera kit. Especially that my favorite, you guys, are these little appliques that I've used over that window and then on the guest check. Those are two of my most favorite elements of the Summer in Mexico kit. Those appliques are absolutely gorgeous, and I've used I've used those a lot. And see how beautiful that looks just tucked in there? So gorgeous. You guys see that gold banner? Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I started die cutting it. In fact, my sister came over one night and we were just die cutting one evening. And we had done all kinds of different colors. And it wasn't until the next day that I thought, I wonder what it would look like if I did it in gold. And I was in love because the gold looks so beautiful. In fact, I think I shared a few videos on my Instagram. I loved the gold die cut so much. Look at this beautiful page, you guys. Now, I used it as an entire page, but I'm thinking I'm going to go back and trim out one section and use it as a trim, a standalone trim. I love it so much. The nice thing about these printables is you can use entire sheets in your pages, or you can cut elements from it to do collage, to make tags, to use as trim on other embellishments. So many options, you guys. And this is the second half of that linen or the crocheted doily. Look at how beautiful that looks. You can almost feel the texture on it. It's so beautiful. And that beautiful page on the left-hand side, that is scrapbooking paper that I've had in my stash. I do not remember where that came from. I don't. And then this doily here, this paper doily, is an Anna Griffin 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper. And all I did is I cut it down so that I can have enough for all of the journals. Added a rosette and then a little guitar. And by the way, that washi tape right there, that is Amity Bloom washi tape. I was fortunate enough to get some when she had some in her shop for a day. Another Project Life card, and then the fourth pocket. Because what I did is, when I did that one 8.5 by 11 sheet of that one embroidered napkin, I cut it into 4, which means that I had 4 tuck spots for each journal. So that was nice. And this is a little belly band, which also comes in one of the digital kits. And it is perfect. I wasn't sure what it was, and that's what's fun. And it doesn't matter if you don't know what something is. Use your creativity and use it however you want. There is no right or wrong when it comes to creating and when it comes to using the digitals to incorporate into your own style, you guys. And that was the last page. Look at how beautiful those pages all coordinate together. Oh my gosh, I love this one so much. So this one is the Viva, I used the Viva La Frida digital kit along with the others, but that one mainly was Viva La Frida. And here we go with the second one. The covers, like I mentioned earlier, the covers are all the same, and there are a lot of similarities in these journals, except for, you know, the digitals. The digitals are a little bit different because I used the different kits and sprinkled all kinds of different different things from the kits throughout the journals. Here is another beautiful little blank greeting card tucked into that crocheted pocket. Beautiful digitals. I love this one that reads Casa Marin. How perfect for my little casita. And I love adding a little house or a little casita on the very first page of all of my junk journals. I have been doing this since I created the little house envelope pockets, and I have been doing it ever since, you guys. And what's nice about these little casitas or little house pockets is they are a floating pocket. So you can tuck in a tag or anything you want in there, some private journaling, something maybe you don't want too obvious. And then I clip it to the very first page, but it is completely movable and you can put it wherever you want. And then I didn't mention in the first one, but I added a little cluster of pom-pom trim and then a beautiful resin flower clipped onto that paper clip. And then there's also a prayer card in each of the journals. So if I miss something, if I miss pointing something out, I'll try to remember to point it out in this journal or even the third one. There's just so many things to share with you. So many great details. I don't want to miss anything, but I also want to tell you everything that you're seeing on the screen. I added that beautiful tassel that is clipped on with a bulb pin, different colors so that they coordinate with the pages. And then on this one, I took one of the linens and I just folded it in half and clipped it on the very top of the page, and it looks beautiful there. What's nice about this is that you can use it for journaling on the blank side and then just clip it again back to your page. And then that is vintage music paper from my stash. I tried to focus and use as many digitals as I possibly could. And so that's why you will see a limited amount of my own papers from my own stash. Every paper clip has some type of ribbon or trim to it or lace. It's just something I enjoy doing so that your paper clip doesn't look so plain. And then more of this beautiful ledger paper from the Spanish Vintage Ledgers kit. And then this one on the right-hand side, I believe that came from the Spanish Vintage Receipts. And this one as well. I believe this one here, I focused a lot on the Vintage Receipts. I have my little notes here. I will tell you right now if that is what I did. Because I'm telling you, I printed a ton of digital printables and I had them all laid out, you guys. And as I was working with them, I was just grabbing, just kind of coordinating colors and just adding them. And I wanted to make sure that everything blended together, which it did. It was really nice. I didn't overthink it because everything worked so well together. Do you see how here I also used the 4 pockets or the little linen pockets? And again, it's taking one of the linens, cutting it into 4, and voila, you have 4 tuck spots. I am looking to see the different digitals that I'm using. And let me see, one of the beautiful ones too, oh, the Vintage Latin America. That is a beautiful kit as well. And I believe that I use a lot of the pages from Vintage Latin America in the 3rd one. And those are beautiful little You can use those little journaling cards as tuck spots, as journaling papers, or just beautiful ephemera pieces tucked in a pocket, just like this one. This is a label, and I believe that one came from the Summer in Mexico ephemera kit. A beautiful label, beautifully created label. Isn't that gorgeous? The one on the right hand side, absolutely beautiful. I love that one so much with those turquoise shades and those rose shades. Just beautiful. Another beautiful linen. And I love the size of these. They print on an 8.5 by 11, but the linen is a little bit smaller than the actual page. So I love that I was able to cut around it and then insert it into the signature, because it adds variety and it adds interest to the signatures when you have pages that are different sizes. And then again, more of those beautiful phrases. And I loved sprinkling those throughout. Look at this beautiful page, you guys. Beautiful center page. The fuchsia in those flowers are gorgeous. And the video doesn't do it justice. They are so vibrant. And I love the color fuchsia. The color fuchsia reminds me a lot of the 80s. I think I wore a lot of fuchsia in the 80s. So beautiful, so pretty. And this center page, let's see, I'm going to go through my notes here. This one is from Vintage Latin America. I used a lot of the pages in this journal is from the Vintage Latin America kit. And of course, along with the linen kits and the Spanish ledger papers. Mix and match. That's what it's all about, because they all work so well together. Ibette at TuCasaDePapel has a wonderful Etsy shop, you guys, with such a collection, such a variety of papers. So if you like working with a lot of color and beautiful, beautiful designs, she has so many different options and such a great variety in her shop. So I invite you to hop on over to her Etsy shop and look around. You could see all the beautiful different designs and all the different kits that she has in her shop. And don't forget, a reminder that there is a discount code for you to use at checkout exclusively for the digital printables, and I will have that information again. I know I sound repetitive sometimes. I just don't want you to forget. And that will be down below. Look at this beautiful image. It is so beautiful. The colors, you guys, the beautiful blues and the turquoise and the greens and the image of the Virgin Mary. It is beautiful. And again, you will find these pages are from the Vintage Latin America kit. Just so gorgeous, gorgeous. And then I added a little bit of washi tape down there in that right-hand corner because I thought there was a little tear on that page, so I fixed it with washi tape. Look at that beautiful page with the red doily in the lower right-hand corner. I'm going to show you in a little bit what I did with that specific page, you guys. And I can't remember if I do it towards the end of this one or if I did it on the third journal, where I cut out that red doily and I made a pocket out of it. And it was, oh my gosh, it turned out so good. Turned out so good. Love it so much. I love the use of color. I love all of these colors, you guys. You guys know I'm all about the color. The turquoise, the yellows, the chartreuse, the greens, the florals. Oh, my heart, my heart. And again, I use that belly band And then I tucked in a Project Life card. And then I didn't talk about this one, the Frida stamp in the other. I took a Frida stamp that I have and I stamped her on mixed media paper so that you can color however you wish with coloring pencils, or you can use alcohol markers or regular markers to color her in, or just leave her in black and white and use it as a journaling card. Beautiful blue ledger paper. So you have coral, yellow, green, very light yellow. I love all the different colors of the ledger papers. It adds so much beautiful interest to the pages. Another one of these junk mail window envelopes that I've turned into a tuck spot. You'll see all of that beautiful collage work. And I used trims from the, is that Summer in Mexico? It is from the Summer in Mexico ephemera kit. That's where you will find that beautiful red and yellow trim that's on the top of that pocket and on the bottom. Lots of beautiful trims that you can use like washi tape. You can just cut them out and use them that way. And that was the end of that one. What did you think about this one? Absolutely beautiful. So that one there used a lot of the vintage Latin America digital printables. And this is the third one, you guys. We're going to go through this one. And again, another beautiful blank floral card to tuck into that doily. And this one coordinates so well with that pinkish coral lining on the inside. And then I added a little charm to that doily. And it's a little ceramic, or a little, like a little porcelain or ceramic charm with a little gold heart. I love this page, you guys. That's what I'm pointing out. I love that digital printable with the florals at the bottom. Just so pretty. The fuchsias and the purples and the greens, and oh my gosh, they're just beautiful. And then another little casita. I took a lot of the bits and pieces from the, let's see, what kit was it? It was the Summer in Mexico ephemera kit, because there are so many cute little labels in different shapes, rectangular, circular, and I cut all of those up to use as doors and windows over when I was doing the collage on the envelope pocket. So use your imagination when you see, you know, when you're working with digital, you can use them in so many different ways, you guys. And then more pom-pom trim and a cute little resin flower hanging from that paper clip. And then more tags. So many ephemera pieces that you can use, from labels to tags to pockets and journaling cards and washi trim. You can create so many things, you guys, with these digitals. It's just use your imagination and be free. Look at this beautiful cutout. This is also from one of the digitals. It was beautiful on the page that it was, but I cut around her to put her on the music paper, and I just love how that turned out. And then you'll see I used some of the labels on some of the pockets. And then in this journal, I used, again, a lot of the Spanish vintage ledger paper. And then also, and I believe in this one, I use a lot of the Summer in Mexico journal pages. Let's take a look. Yes, I do. That very first one that I loved, the very first page, that is from the Summer in Mexico journal pages, but so are a lot of the others. But I also used vintage receipts and Spanish vintage ledger paper in these journals. They all work so well together. One thing I have not mentioned, you guys, is that 2 of these journals will be available in my own Etsy shop, and I will have my Etsy shop linked down below. And so if you are interested in these journals, they will be available. I will try to have them up by the time this video is up, but if I don't, I will leave a comment down below letting you know when I will have these journals available in my own personal Etsy shop. So you can hop on over and take a look at that. Look at that beautiful linen, you guys, with that large floral. I'm telling you, the linens, the linen digitals that Ibette has in her shop are absolutely gorgeous. It looks like a real linen, like a real embroidery. And I'm marking it here with the ribbon because I want you to see what the full page looks like, because it's just so gorgeous. And this is also all of these, a lot of these pages, the majority of these pages come from the Summer in Mexico Journal Pages kit. But again, remember, I also incorporated some of the other kits in here as well. Each kit will have 2 of these large postcards, and then the receipt tuck spots, and then these beautiful linen tuck spots as well. And then they will each have 3 of the tags. And the tags are from, let me take a look. I took the tags from, let me find the kit, okay? The one that I used. So many beautiful kits. Look at these linens and these florals. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. The tags with the ladies, those tags are from the Vintage Latin America kit. Oh, and here is, oh, I missed it. I missed pointing out the tuck spot with the red doily. But you saw it, didn't you? And so instead of using the full page, I just used the, I cut out the red doily, and then I used it as a tuck spot. I forgot to mention that, but you saw it in there. Go back 10 seconds and you can see it again. And each journal has one of these DIY envelope flip out pockets with a beautiful journaling card in it. I really love that green ledger paper. That has to be my number one, my favorite of the ledger papers is this one here in that color green. Just gorgeous. Don't you just love the variety of ledger papers and the different colors? I think that's fun. And then a few stickers at the top. Those are for my stash. I've had those for a while. I've used those a lot in a lot of my journals. Those little labels at the bottom, those are fun. There are different sizes. And those are also in the Summer in Mexico ephemera kit. And look at this beautiful center page. Look at those vibrant yellows and the reds. Again, with another heart-shaped doily. Absolutely gorgeous. I like to make sure that in all of my journals that the center page makes a statement, that it is bold and has a lot of beautiful, I want it to be how can I put it into words? It's like, ta-da, here I am. I am like center stage, you guys. That is what I like in my journals for the middle of the signature. I want it to be center stage, and I want it to just showcase all of its beauty. And then I used one of these journaling cards as a tuck spot, and then put one of those beautiful tags from the kit in there. Again, this one is, the kit that we used for this one is the Summer in Mexico Summer in Mexico journal pages. See the different size labels? You'll have some small labels, and then you have these beautiful large labels as well. Another rosette. That rosette I actually avocado dyed. And then this is a pocket, and this pocket comes from, that is not in the Summer in Mexico kit. I believe that one is in the Vintage Latin America kit. I'm telling you, I used bits and pieces from all the different digital kits and incorporated them in all of the journals. And then another tuck spot using a fourth of the linen. Tucked in a couple of beautiful pieces that you can use for journaling. A lot of journaling spots throughout the junk journal, you guys. A lot of area for you to be able to write and document, or even decorate some more. You know, if you don't want the blank pages or the white pages, you can keep layering and add your own backgrounds to them. Once you get these into your hands, they are yours. Look at how beautiful that looks out. You could, I mean, that looks, I wanted to give you a full view of what that linen looks like. But yes, when you receive these, when they are in your hands, you can change them, you can continue to add to them, you can modify them. They are yours to do with what you wish. I really, really love using all of these Project Life cards as well. I love that I have those in Spanish. That was a fun find when I found them back in the day. And then another tuck spot with one of those vintage envelopes. Not vintage envelopes, one junk mail envelopes, you guys. Bear with me. There's a lot. And then double-sided ledger paper. So each journal, I believe in each journal, I did 2 double-sided ledger papers. I think that's what I did. And then the quarter pocket as a tuck spot. So I do hope you enjoyed the flip through of all of these. Let me know what you think down below, you guys. If you have any questions or comments, or if I missed anything, please let me know down below. And I do reply to every single one of the comments or questions that you leave me. If you are here for the first time, thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. Thank you to everybody for all of your support and all of the love that you've shown me. You guys are awesome. I love the way that looks with the rosettes, with the heart stickers, with the belly band, the Project Life card, the Frida, this everything. I love all that vibrancy. Everything coordinates so well together. And we are coming to an end with the junk journal flip throughs. I do hope you enjoyed as I went through all of them. Let me know what you think down below. But we are not done quite yet, you guys. I'm going to flip over the camera. Ta-da! But here they are.
You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and flipping through these 3 beautiful journals. Remember, if you have any questions or comments, you can leave it down below. And don't forget that Ibette's TuCasaDePapel's Etsy shop will also be linked down below, including the discount code. And that is exclusive to her digital printables. So if you're going to go over and make a purchase of her digital printables, don't forget to use my discount code, which is also in the description area below. I appreciate you guys being here so much. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you here. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you being here. I'll see you next time. Bye.